Okay, it's working. Oh, better mute this. What's up, guys? Yeah, see if this all works. Okay, so I'm going to play the most depressing game and the most beautiful game ever made. This is HD remaster of Pathologic. Now, I haven't. I have to admit, I haven't actually finished this.
Allow me to remind you that an epidemic of unknown origin has already eradicated a few genuinely distinctive towns in the northern part of the country. The cause and circumstances of these tragic events remain uncertain. There is a lot that we cannot explain yet. It appears as though the plague has a mind of its own, as if it is driven by some irrepressible will. Why else has no one managed to fight it successfully? Why does it target the most precious aspects of our existence? The sand plague picks its victims fastidiously, and the same principle always draws it back to whoever tries to oppose it. Surprisingly, we've yet to hear a single word from the powers that be.
Okay, so as I was saying, I've not actually finished this yet. I played for a few hours, I think a year or so ago, and I jumped in and did the horror specs character, which I've read since is really not really the one that you should start with. It's the kind of quite a bit more complicated than the Bachelor, who's maybe the kind of starting character. Anyway, so I'm going to start a proper playthrough with the Bachelor. I should say as well that I'm playing through this because I'm trying to write an article about the game, which is pretty presumptuous considering I haven't finished it. Even one of the character sets, which is a slightly different narrative in the world. But I'm not going to let that stop me. I have to write this chapter again, and I'm going to be writing around this game and writing techniques of Elena Sisu and Kathy Acker, and specifically how both of them talked about writing and dying. So this Pathologic is a game about death. Like, it's incredibly hard. You die quite a lot, but also you're in a town where death is the principal way of the plague. And then dying happens throughout the game in terms of other characters you can save or fail to save, and the rival of the plague. So I wanted to write about Acker and Sissy's ideas about writing in terms of death. I did a recording yesterday on Facebook of Sissy's 3 Steps in the Ladder of writing the first book, The School of the Dead, which talks about how the death of her father was a kind of catalyst for her to write. So the position in this thing is like how when someone died and she was And I'm going to write a bit about Mary Flanagan's concept of hyper-knowledge, the idea of playing through a game and with almost in your own body on the screen, playing on the keyboard, but also the ability in the game in space. You may not play games that are about kind of navigation of space, maybe wouldn't apply to a game that has none of that. Say something like Cultist Simulator that doesn't really have a narrative space for you to move through. So I'm going to use a bit of her thing that describes the act of playing the game as like a kind of creative act, that when you play through a game you play it differently than anyone else has played it. That includes some of the things from Aka and Sisu about writing in this creative Anyway, so I'm gonna play through, and that's it. I've never played the Bachelor before, so this is entirely new thing. So guys.
So, it's all about trickery to you? Wherever have you come from?
No. I detest trickery. But if we ourselves are to suffer deception, our hands are no longer tied. Where are we?
Well, the muscular contraction is there. Means you're already inside of him. This must be one of the ventricles, right here.
What a silly place. It's stuffed. So it's not real for now? I don't think it has started yet.
Does it matter what it's made of? It's definitely struggling. We need to perform Sectio Transversalis. Cut the wall. There's no other way out. What else is there to do?
I know what to do. Those who favor hard logic and direct action are bound to be misguided. Only a miracle can set us free without us having to destroy something. And I can do miracles. Just let me.
Will you please be quiet? You're a liar and a thief. Who is going to believe you when you keep lying to yourself? The truth is my shepherd. Whatever happens, I will find answers, and justice will be restored. I will perform the operation. Medica morbo adhibe.
Don't you go all bossy on me, clever clogs. You will act justly, but your justice will blind you and become his demise. This calls for the gentle hand of a surgeon. Step aside, both of you.
Your gentle hands are used to killing, not giving life. You will inevitably do harm. As for Brainy, he has no regard for casualties at all. Neither of you knows compassion.
Yes, it seems unlikely that we'll get along well, but there's only one truth.
Any choice is right as long as it's willed. That's the truth of the matter.
Only the heart will show you the right choice. Stop thinking about yourselves. Think of the sick. He's in pain. I can't see it yet, but I can feel it.
It's not even a trap. It's a grave. Subipsum funis sumus. Can't say I hold a soft spot for it.
I can see that. You're full of hate. Stuffed or not, it's breathing. I can hear it. It can be healed rather than killed.
You mean you won't become a killer? But you will. Mark my word, that's exactly what will happen. But I can avoid it.
No, we won't ever get along. I suggest we be on our way. The sooner the better.
Off we go then?
Let's go. The clock is ticking.
Right, so after that kind of second intro, there was obviously the intro before that, before the game credits even began, the video with the children burying the doll. And then there's that intro, which is the three characters on the stage. Now, which choose which character. So I played a bit with that Harrispex, so I'll read what the Harrispex's character is here. Harrispex. How do they call upon the mention, the faithful of a warden kin? Known by their hands, for they are butchers. Known by their eyes, for they are surgeons. They who follow the line. They who are the leaders of the kin. They who speak to others. They who know the secret art of Harrispex. What is a Harrispex? Reading the future in the enterprise. He knows that the body bears semblance to the universe. His scalpel follows the lines of the body. His steps follow the lines of his king's fortune. A Harrispex can tell a true line from a false one is entrusted with power. A Harrispex who is confused by his path gets buried in the black flesh of the earth. This is the story of a person who has avoided the contradiction eager to rip Doom's life apart, masterfully fulfilling his purpose in the process. The changeling, who is only unlockable when you finish all the others. I know a bit about that, but I'm going to kind of leave that outside of this, because if you're playing the game, you don't know anything about the changeling. And this is the Bachelor. The history of humanity witnessed a number of catastrophes that have demonstrated without a shadow of a doubt the emptiness of human achievement and triumph of the invincible evil. Outbreaks of infectious diseases that have from time to time wiped towns and cities off the map are undoubtedly among these. However small and victorious, the people caught up in these destructive events have repeatedly come to the conclusion that it is no use trying to fight these circumstances. The best you can do is bite the bullet and cope with your losses. This is the story of a person who has managed to make a miracle and defeat the scene in the Okay, so we are going to be the Bachelor.
Daniil Dankovsky, a Bachelor of Medicine, was brought here by circumstances most unfortunate. Dankovsky's life work, his theory challenging the existing notions of human mortality, is being harshly persecuted by the powers that be. Suddenly, a letter arrives from a colleague suggesting that there is previous undiscovered evidence which may support Dankovsky's claims. There is a settlement, the letter says, ruled by an extraordinary man who may well be seen as objective proof of Dankovsky's daring hypothesis. Grasping at straws of hope, Dankovsky decides to follow what he believes to be the sign of divine providence. Without further ado, he sets off for the settlement. Late at night, Bachelor arrives in the town. As he seeks room and board, he gets to know a girl called Eva Yan and stays at her place till dawn.
As of today, my mission remains obscure. The examination of Simon Kane, who is rumoured to be a man of incredible longevity, may shake the very foundation of modern thanatology. Now, I think I did look at this up before. I think thanatology is the study of death or of stopping death. I haven't got anything I can look it up on, so that might be completely wrong. Foundation of modern thanatology, and challenge the existent notions of death itself. However, even if this undying Leviathan proves to be more than a fairy tale, the mere confirmation of his existence wouldn't suffice to prevent the powers that be from shutting our laboratories down. I need to figure out the most fruitful approach. Simon is a well-respected man, and if he mistakes my interest for effrontery, it would be nigh impossible to convince him to help me break new ground in the field of human vitality. I'm going to make a quick note here because I didn't really put any information about the game. So the game is, I think it's from about 2006, and this is kind of important because although it is an old game, it looks a lot shitter than a game from 2006. So it's 2006. I'm going to check. I've got something I can check it against. Okay, so it's a bit after that. So I was thinking it's about the same time as Fallout 3. Fallout 3 is from 2009. I got that wrong, but anyway, it looks a lot older than 2006, and this is a kind of part of the experience of the game is that it does in a lot of areas look pretty shit, and the lines between what is a mistake or like his poorly rendered part of the game, and what is a kind of deliberate thing that makes the act of playing the game quite hard is something that you have to kind of negotiate while playing. We'll probably come back to that as we go. Anyway, so that's my mission. Today's quest. I haven't got any quests today. I haven't got any other jobs today. I've just started. So, day one. By the end of which the bachelor finds himself battling a truly unvanquishable foe. Okay, I better save. Let me quickly look at what is the quick save setting. Sleep yet. I can see if there's anything I can do in my lab. Oh. Okay, well, I've got nothing on my thing. Can't look at anything on my microscope yet. I really love the architecture. It's horrible, but I really love it. I love how everything is it doesn't pretend it's anything other than just like a kind of flat thing on the surface. There's no way this is pretending to be any kind of texture, and the architecture kind of reflects that as well.
I had a feeling you would come.
Did the sounds from outside wake you up too? There was a terrible groan, and then something snapped loudly. Right. No, I heard nothing. I think there are strangers in the backyard, by the pond. They're unlikely to be planning mischief, but I have a bad feeling about this. I'm afraid to go out to them. I hope they go away soon and stop disturbing our sleep. Why do you think they aren't planning anything foul? Our population is so thin, crime is basically non-existent, especially here in the Stone Yard. Sometimes there are pranks, of course. Fights happen occasionally. People are young here, so they often go out at night. But there's a tight community, and now I hear unfamiliar speech. That's not a good sound. I go out and take a look, but I'm in a hurry. I must see this founding father of yours. Are you willing to trade the company of a fascinated woman for that of a dreadful old man, even if he is a sorcerer? That's so sad. But Simon won't go anywhere. He has always been, he always will be, even if the moon were to fall to the ground. Please, stay with me a little longer. I couldn't even imagine the hospitality here, but who was waiting for me? I didn't notify old Barack of my arrival. I'm not even sure what made me take off for this place. I'm gonna say, Simon is a sorcerer. Did I hear you right? Is that the secret of his longevity? Are you in that much of a hurry? Do come round. The canes are asleep now. Take your knockabout coat off. Have a rest in my bed. Let me warm your hands. You are so anxious to see Simon as though your life depended on it. My life? Yes. Now that my laboratory is on the brink of destruction, my whole life's pursuit depends on that remarkable man. If he has really managed to live that long, then his tissue will help me defeat death. Death? So that's the enemy you have chosen for yourself? Isn't it hard? I don't think anyone has managed to defeat that evil yet. Millions of doctors defeated it on certain singular occasions, but my enemy is more fearsome. It is death itself rather than a singular case of death. Simon is such a dick. Okay. I don't understand. I can barely understand it myself. I think I'm not going to do the big like wanker answer. I think I'm just going to be nice. Say where Simon lives. Show me where Simon lives. It's not far. The Canes live at the Crucible on Bridge Square. But could I please offer you a piece of advice? You do advice. No, I'm gonna be nice, Simon. Go on. Simon has two younger brothers. The eldest of the two, George Lee, is called the judge by the locals. Visit him first. He isn't asleep. He'll teach you how to speak with Simon. The youngest of the three is Victor. His daughter Maria also wanted to see you. It's probably important. Was it she who knew about my arrival beforehand? Yes, she told me about it privately. Talking to her is no simple task. Maria is that kind of person. She puts on airs, but that's just how the Canes are. It was Maria who told me that she would help you defeat death. That's the precise wording. What a coincidence. All right, thank you for your advice. Go and I'll prepare everything for your return. Do come back after you speak to the Canes. They will probably do a lot of things that will puzzle you and put you on guard. I will have some advice that may be of help to you if you need it. Okay, I'll come back. Okay, so that's where I am. The mansion called the Stillwater belongs to a single girl called Eva Yan. An accidental midnight encounter provided me with a lovely companion and temporary lodgings. So that's where I am now. And then the mysterious Maria, Victor Kane's daughter, has been expecting my arrival for several days. She seems to know more about me than I do. And then Simon Kane, the man of improper longevity, is waiting for me here. I hope he sympathizes with my request. I only need a living evidence of the impossible. So I'm here just to get a sample from this guy who's apparently lived forever, or lived for a really long time. I need to get some kind of skin sample or tissue sample from him. And that's one of my tasks. And also I need to talk to So his younger brother's daughter as well, who's somehow a bit mystic. Oh, and I need to talk to this guy at the Crucible, Victor. So I need to talk to Victor, I need to go and talk to Maria, and then talk to Simon. There's some other stuff that's flashing up, but I will come back to that. Okay, end this map. Okay. Goodbye. Oh. Talk to these guys. Halt. I'm going to have to teach you about the technicalities of the setting, the time and the place. It's non-essential, but that's just how it is. The actor has to be prepared before he goes on stage, or else he'll fall down the aisle or stumble upon the prompt box. That would look mighty silly, don't you agree? Simon is such a dick. You're going to teach me? Haven't you forgotten your manners? No, I'm not gonna do that. You see, ask Hideo. An actor in a tragic mime show. That's unimportant. Will you listen to me or not? I am listening. Time flies by. It can't be stopped or turned back. Nights follow days, which are then followed by nights. Things happen without any regard for whether you are there to witness them. Don't expect anyone to wait for you. Most events can be missed. Okay, so in this game, yeah, everything runs on a clock, whether or not you're involved. And so it would make sense for you to visit the places that you care about regularly. You'll find people that will play major roles in your fate there. They stand out from the common folk. The rest is just a crowd shot, background, a bunch of extras. Side note, this is something that's going to come up from my other playthrough. They reuse the same kind of characters, character models for everyone. So there's this one shopkeeper for all the shops, there's one drunk, there's one mugger. There are more characters for the children because there are different kinds of children, and then there are the characters for the real characters. I think there's maybe like 2 or 3 other just like townspeople around, but you can kind of see the order of priority, like who gets more characters. I think there's probably, I don't know this for sure, but I think there's probably more children models than there are adults. That's I was saying it and it already sounds wrong. As it always has been. Indeed, still, it's best to avoid hasty judgment. It's a paradox, you see. Don't care too much for the lives of these bound to stand out people. Don't be too dismissive of the silent crowd. Both extremes will end in tragedy. Why is that? This world cares for your reputation, a fine and crucial instrument. Your reputation changes the world you see, for it is a mirror. Wouldn't you agree? And so a bad reputation can get you into a lot of trouble. For example, oh, need I describe? You've got a vivid imagination. Everything changes from mystical aspects to mundane things like the people you need treating you badly. How many enemies you've got, how high the prices rise, how bad your dreams are, lots of things. A sorry prospect. So how do I maintain my reputation? Really? How is that even a question? Same as everywhere. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not betray. Do not steal. Do not covet. Do not be an arsehole. Do not get caught. The rules are the same everywhere. A truly selfless deed, like risking something for thy neighbour or even a person who lives quite far away, can help in a dire situation. This is going to be trouble for Simon, because I don't think he's ever done anything like that in his life. I see. Really? Good for you then. As for me, I can't see anything in this mask. I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, don't get too worked up about human lives, and this is exactly contradicting what they've just said. Don't get too worked up about human lives, and don't put too much stock into another's words, mine included. He who trusts everyone is asking to be deceived. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna ask about Simon Kane. Now, I already know where Simon Kane lives, but I just want to know what he's going to tell me. Simon Kane does not reside, he lives, or rather exists. He reigns, he creates, he makes mistakes and brings joy to the people where, with the mere fact of his existence. All that happens at the Crucible. Go left along this alley. As you reach Bridge Square, look to the right, you'll see it. Thank you. Cool. Quick save, my dudes. Right. I'm gonna chat with this guy. Venerable Bachelor, please be so kind as to linger for a minute. These conversations won't take too much of your time, especially since time stops during dialogues. At least during the important ones, and our dialogue is extremely important. You need to know how to play after all, don't you? Play? What are you talking about, Masked Man? I'm neither a gambler nor an actor. Who are you? Okay, so... It's weird. This came up in the H1 guy video, and I thought it was quite an interesting thing. Very often in games you have the kind of introductory kind of tutorial setting where you kind of someone within the meta language of the game, within the narrative of the game, asks you to do stuff that demonstrates just how to do all the main controls in the game. You know, like the kind of drill sergeant who gives you the task of like, can you move forward, left and right, and backwards, and then says outstanding soldier for doing it. Like, but it's normally kind of within the narrative of the game. Now, the tragedian knows that this is a game, and he's talking to me as if it's a game, but Simon doesn't know that it's a game. And I can't think of a game that I've played before that's been like that, where someone else has understood that you're actually playing a computer game, and the character that you're playing doesn't know that. And that's just an interesting observation. Okay, so I'm going to be Simon, and he doesn't know. Play, what are you talking about, Masked Man? I'm neither gambler nor an actor. Of course you aren't. You are a living, breathing man, as is evident from your conditions and statuses. You experience hunger, thirst, and fatigue. You suffer from pain, wounds, and diseases. You are so lifelike. You have to eat, drink, sleep, and rest, and to make mistakes. The latter being the most definitive proof of my human nature, wouldn't you agree? Okay, yeah. Simon still thinks he's a guy. If I may, I would like to point out just how important it is that you keep an eye on your condition. If you get dizzy or unnaturally sluggish, do have it checked up. Vital processes tend to run faster during emergencies than in everyday life. I knew a person who died of stress but was diagnosed with starvation. It happens, I can testify to that as a doctor. Need I remind a wise man like you of the fact that hunger is sated with food? Food can be found in shops. Shops can be found in ordinary houses that are marked with special signs. Sleep, however, is more complicated. People only sleep in beds and only in private residences around here. I'm sorry, that's just how the world is. Yes, the world is unjust. Quite silly, if you forgive me for saying so. Speaking of commerce, different shops sell different items at different prices. Make sure you don't get cheated. Some people can be quite brazen around here. You could also barter with the folks out on the street. Some things may be nothing more than trinkets to you, but others would be willing to part with their very life's blood for them. You're a bore, mate. Let me through. No, I'm going to be polite. Blood? Yes, blood. It's not my place to lecture you. But if, following your Hippocratic oath, you ever consider easing someone's pain, feel free to just approach them with a suitable drug. You will see their pain receding before your very eyes. The sick fall asleep when they're close to recovery, don't they? Or when they are close to their ultimate rest. Sick, helping the hopeless. Still, helping the hopeless will grant you a good reputation. You'll be seen as a benefactor willing to part with a precious sleeping draught or a painkiller for a simple bystander. Anything else? No, not yet. Show me the way to Simon's house. Now I know Is it Simon's house that I already asked for? No, I'm gonna still pretend I don't know where Simon's house is and see what this person says. Okay, turn left now, then walk along the alley till you see the cathedral and the 3 mansions across Bridge Square. Simon lives in one of the closest to the river. So the river's on my right at the moment. Okay, I think I know where it is from the map anyway. Thank you. Now, quick save. I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go find the pond and see the dudes that are making a noise. Anna, I think Anna Yan. Might not be Anna, it might be Aya, something like that. Ms. Yan said, there they are. Those guys. Worm feels sick, head packed, blood boiling, belly freezing. Let the worm warm up, let him take a rest. Don't touch us, we're dangerous. Get those to be more dangerous. Whoa, that's some stench. How on earth do you live like that? Okay, so Simon, no. Is that who I am? I think it's the name of the Bachelor, me. I think I've just been calling him Simon because it seems like it should be his name, but I think Simon's one of the other. Simon Kane is one of the other characters. Anyway, the Bachelor. He's not really giving me an option that isn't being a dick. Now, I don't really want to turf him out. So I think the one that's just about being rude about his appearance rather than physically threatening him is what I'm going to go for. Let's see. Okay, it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna ask him. Patchwork. I like that he's just a little raggedy doll. What is this creature? An ongdo. Duh, that's what all them cattle breeders look like. Crude and unshapely and unfinished, don't you know? Wherever you came from, an intruder, eh? It's you that's intruding, go away. No, I'm not gonna do that. So yes, I'm a visitor in this town. Who could have thought it's home to such creatures? Okay. So they're the guys that look after the worm people of the Erdom, and they look after the cows. That's cool. Let's go. So we're gonna go talk to inventories I, diaries Q, and letters. I think it's diary Q, and then L is letters. Okay, so let's look at letters. We've got any letters? Okay, right, I'll look at that in a minute. So they've got letters. Let's look at my mission. Right, okay, yeah. I've been calling the guy Simon, his name isn't Simon. Okay, so my main mission is to examine Simon Kane. Today's quest, no other tasks, I haven't got anything yet. Let's look at my letters again. Okay. Isidore Barak's message. My dear Bachelor Dankovsky. Dankovsky, that's who he is, not Simon. Dankovsky. It was most disconcerting to learn that from the powers that be have the intention of shutting down the laboratory that owes its fame largely to your own research in the field of thanatology. It is true that your detractors have branded your studies scientifically stillborn. Rejoice, Bachelor, for there is an observable case that will quell the obscurants that reject the research of death, aging, and necrosis as a subject that lacks academic viability. This case, were you to document, would go a long way towards restoring your reputation as a scholar. This guy just got, it's obviously Dankovsky just got like absolutely caned at the ref, and that's why he's doing this project. He's in danger. The subject in question is Simon Kane, who has ruled the town where I live for as long as I can remember. The man's longevity transcends the boundary of what is plausible. It is phenomenal, no less, and I struggle to give an explanation of it with what scientific means I have at my disposal. Make no delay, there is a sensational discovery to be made here, a breakthrough that will not only save your laboratory but also revivify your studies and greatly increase your scientific renown. Your humble servant and faithful colleague, Isidar Burak. Yes, I spoke to Simon on your behalf, and he has kindly agreed to facilitate your effort. Daring ideas and far-fetched projects are traditionally very well respected in our neck of the woods. Okay, so I'm guessing this is the letter that brought me here. Right, let's go. So this will go left and go right. What I'm going to do, maybe I'll chat with this person. Good morals and luck are a great help in managing a small community without resorting to violence. Personal standing can work wonders. I mean, I do like his outfit, but I'm not going to be rude about it. He's going to try to be nice. Dankovsky, and try not to be such a dick. What do you mean? I like our town. We're all one big family, but sometimes I get the feeling we're all controlled by an unseen power. Our actions, but fiction. Quite possible. It's a great outfit. Dankovsky is just an idiot. Now, a thing I do know from my previous playthroughs is these are bins, and in the bins are stuff that could be useful. So I found a razor, a straight razor, a fashionable trinket among the teenagers who'd like to show off to each other with an item of dubious standing in local morals. And then an empty bottle can be filled with spring water. The water is in high demand among the townsfolk, especially the drunkards, because it is good for quenching thirst. Because it's thought the water in drinking fountains and water pumps comes from the town springs, while water barrels carry water from the springs of Sugar Kadu. Okay, so I'm guessing that's fine. And then what's this? Kerosene. Okay, fine. Nothing in there. Right, so we're going to go down here to the square and then turn right. I don't really have the memory powers for this game at this point. I should maybe have been writing notes because I literally can't remember which of the three people I wanted to go and talk to first. But is that the Crucible? Let's look on the map. Yes, no, the Cathedral. And then the Crucible is the one directly to my right. So these three houses. Victor is Simon's brother, and then Maria. So we're going to go right, middle, left. We're going to go past the Cathedral. I like how slow it is. There's no run. This is just as fast as I go. Just trudge about. I quite like that. Sculpture. Like upside down wooden baby.
That does it. I'm going to break soon.
The famous Dr. Dankovsky, your rival, is a great honor to us. Victor Kane at your service. Oh, his name's Daniil Dankovsky. That's it. Yeah, going to be more polite. That's my general rule. Is going to be more polite. Be the most polite option that I can be in all of the questions. Daniil Dankovsky at yours. I foresee that the things that have become ordinary for us will probably make you feel uncomfortable and disturbed. I would like to compensate for that impression. You know, our small community has fallen out of the loop. Time leaves us behind. What do you mean? I mean traditions. Games that we play with passion will most likely be of no interest to you. The people you meet here may seem eccentric, naive, or even somewhat deranged. Please, take it easy on this. Don't judge us too strictly. I will do my best not to disappoint you. I hope we'll be able to work on that.
I feel as though my blood is getting thicker. An omen, is it not?
Georgia Lee is waiting for you, my friend. He has news for you that you will find surprising. I only ask one thing. Don't be too quick to reject his request. What does he want from me? He will explain it better himself. We put too many hopes in your arrival. The echo of these hopes has led him to offer you a rather intricate conundrum to solve. What is it? It's not exactly in your line of work, and yet, if we are to believe a certain source which we deem trustworthy, it appears that you are the only person who can help our family. The reward will be fitting, of course. Alright, I'll speak to Georgie. Where was Georgie? Let's have a look at my thing. Do I have anything on my quests? No, so it doesn't say. Where does Georgie live? Simon. God, where is Georgie? Any of these houses? That's Ava. Big flat. Okay, I'm hoping someone's going to tell me where George Lily lives at some point, because I don't know where they are. Right. Let's go. So really, Victor, you didn't really give me a huge amount of information, other than I need to go and see someone else. And I think this is the middle house. This is where Maria lives. Maria is what I talk to next. Jump a little on. Yeah, I love the art style in this game so much.
I often feel like someone's looking at us from the other side. It came from below the ground. For many years, we were burying the bones wrong.
You resemble an adventurer rather than a doctor. How is it that you know me? I saw you in a dream. Don't flatter yourself. My desires have nothing to do with that. I simply saw you take us all by the throat. What else did you see in the dream? I'll tell you when I think I can trust you. I hope that now happens soon.
Why can't I move on my own?
have a lot to tell you, Bachelor I have a lot to tell you, Bachelor Dankovsky, but I dare not until you meet my uncle Georgie. Otherwise, he'll rip my tongue out for disclosing a secret. So I need to. Okay. Which one's Georgie? So Victor is one I just saw. Simon is the one I'm here to take a sample from, and Georgie is the other brother, which I don't know where he lives. Okay. I'm looking for Simon. I know, but you have to speak to Georgie instead. They're twins, so you won't be disappointed. Okay, cool. So I'm finding where Georgie is. Close at hand, just next door. Go to the wing that's closer to the river. Its roof is shaped like a crown. I'll be back soon. That's where I just came from. I thought I just... Okay, that. Right, okay. So the river probably means the big river. Shaped like a crown. Yeah, there we go. So these are the fountains that don't work anymore. It's an hour and I've like barely done anything. Oh, there's the big nuts building. What's it called? This thing. The polyhedron. I'm gonna get close enough for it to just appear. Have a look at it. It is fantastic. I really like it. Drawings on it, that it has like drawings of other things on it. It has a bit, and then like looks like writing, like it's made out of like diagrams and notebooks. And it's kind of horrible, and it's also wonderful that it looks like this nasty spike, and it looks a bit like a tatlin. Yeah, I'm not gonna go at that. It takes a long time to walk up there. We'll come back to it. Gonna go and see Georgie, who is the twin of Simon. Simon is the man that I'm here to examine his unnatural longevity. And then I'm going to take a break. We need to go get something to eat. Hello. Where are you, Georgie?
So the Saburovs have offered patronage to some changeling. Who is she?
Now, if you heard that, so they have these, the characters when you talk to them, they have these little bits of kind of dialogue. They're not in the thing that they say to you, but that one's quite... So the bits of dialogue that are not in the kind of written text, so they're kind of like narrative flavour, but they also point to other stuff that's going on around the world. So that's pointing out that the changeling, which is one of the three characters from the beginning of the game when I could choose to be the Bachelor, the one that you can't be until you've completed it as either the Horospex or the Bachelor, the changeling has been employed by someone else in the town. And that's part of the thing that I think is quite exciting about Pathologic, is that the three characters that you get to choose from, whichever ones you don't choose, they are still at play. They're still doing their stuff. So I've chosen to be the Bachelor, but the Haruspex is still out there in the world, also attempting to solve the plague. And so is the Changeling. And that's kind of an interesting part of the game, in that they make decisions and they go about their lives and they attempt to do this thing, even while you control one of the other ones. And then, when I finish this as the Bachelor, I could play it again as the Haruspex and then watch the computer's version of Dankovsky do his stuff. like that, where you can choose to be a character, and yet if you don't choose them, they carry on in a meaningful way, not in a kind of not in like I'm thinking like I can't even think of a game where you get like an AI controlled like second character. Oh, okay, don't know why this is coming in my head, but like the Chaos Engine from the Amiga, you could have like a kind of cooperative AI controlled second character, but there were characters that you could have controlled yourself. But there's really no meaningful difference about that, because of that kind of game. It's a shooting game. It doesn't really make any difference that the AI is controlling that second character. Like, they're not doing anything radically different from what you would do if you were controlling that character. Whereas in this, it's a role-playing game, so those characters that you don't choose, that go about their lives, they will do something, they will make decisions that are very different from what you might make. Anyway. Most Venerable Doctor, it is with great impatience that we have been expecting you. Okay, so Georgie's the dick as well. You need not delve into the minutiae of your business with us, since our family is well acquainted with your scholarly work. We are also quite aware of the difficulties you're experiencing and well prepared to do our utmost to support you. It hurts me all the more to be the one to inform you that Simon, my consanguineous brother, the creator, keeper, and embodiment of all that surrounds us, has been murdered. Oh shit! The guy I came here to find out about why he has lived forever is dead. I can't believe it. It cannot be. Damn it! Why did it have to happen just before I arrived, right as I found the chance to prevail? Okay, so the first two are obviously quite dickish things to say when someone has just told you that a twin brother has been murdered, because these are obviously Dankovsky is far more concerned about the fact that his research and the fact that his ref score is not going to be improved than actually taking into account that this person, their brother's just been murdered. So I'm just going to do the neutral. Who did it? That is what we want to find out. With your help, Bachelor Dankovsky. What do you know? My brother was murdered last night under the strangest of circumstances, but for all the mystery surrounding his death, I'd rather assume the notion of this departure was connected with whoever has visited Simon that evening. The visitor is a man of laudable rectitude, and an old friend of our family. There are witnesses to testify that he and Simon did nothing but converse. Okay, so he's telling me, don't worry, there's rumours going around that this person that met with him did something, but George is assuring me that it was nothing to do with him. Okay, so who was the visitor? Someone you know quite well. The man whom my brother saw last night was your colleague, Istor Burak. So the guy that sent me the letter, was he not the very person to advise you to come here as well? Yes, he sent me a letter. I would have told you that I'd be brought here by that. Yes, I'm just going to say yes. Isidar has done more than he thinks. I have a lingering feeling that time itself is using uncontestable powers to further its own intentions. What do you think? I'm no fatalist. Well, in the last question, Dankovsky, you were about to say you were a fatalist, so let's not. Come on. Categories like time, nature, and fate deprive man of responsibility for what goes on around him. I was taught to avoid this worldview. Face paint's not gonna itch. Okay, so the choice of just saying I'm not a fatalist, or a long, much more wordy, wankerish way of saying I'm not a fatalist. So I'm just going to say I'm not a fatalist. It could be that my mind is clouded by sorrow, but I cannot escape the feeling that your arrival was no coincidence. Your choice was made for you. Your choice was made for you, my dear doctor. Let us not blame fate for it. Isidar wrote to you without making us aware. He took a risk and could have displeased our family. Why do you speak of the word fate with such disgust? Yeah, I prefer the word time in a fatalistic sense of the notion, of course. Okay, fine. So Simon was aware I would come. Wasn't aware I would come. Okay, so Isidar invited. Simon didn't know, but I thought in the letter it said that Simon did know. It was like in the PS. Even though we were uncertain of when you would arrive, my brother was okay. So he did know. My brother was aware of looking forward to meeting you. The tragedy may have been a consequence of the actions he took in preparation for your arrival. So he might have died as a result of knowing I was coming. Someone has taken a powerful piece from the chessboard, a piece upon which your position here depended. It is doubly regrettable that Simon was playing on your side. So presumably the queen you of the blood sacrificed itself for a pawn, but why? Yeah, my serious condolences to you. Is there anything I can do to help? That's what you should be saying, Dankovsky. You should have really opened with that. Do you want to help us, Doctor? Find the murderer for us. My brother Victor, who is in the wing next door, would share some of his thoughts on the matter. Help us and the reward will not disappoint you. Yep, that's the guy I just spoke to before Maria. Indeed, it seems there are too many coincidences. Your brother's murder could just as well be called the murder of Bachelor Dankovsky. I will help you in every way I can. Dankovsky, no, it could not. It could not be called the murder of Bachelor Dankovsky. Like your like tenure at university is not as important as someone being literally killed. Okay, so both of these answers. Oh no, there's a middle one. No, this does. Okay, so these both arsehole answers, Dankovsky. Okay, indeed there are two coincidences. I'll cover that. I'm convinced that if there is anyone at all that can help us solve the puzzle, then it is you. This mission calls for someone as astute and inventive as yourself. If Isidar was an instrument of fate, then Simon's murder is a message that fate intended for you personally. Do not think I am inclined to blame you for that. I am not. That would have been strange, to say the least. I don't want to get in a fucking argument with this guy. How do you plan to look for the murderer? We will take our own measures. The only thing I expect from you is to be yourself. Do only what you think is required. Whatever you find out, whatever you do, whatever your day turns into, everything is a clue to the solution of this puzzle. I repeat, everything that is happening here is happening on your account. I'm fine with this course of action, so help myself. Okay, so I need to go and chat with Victor. Tell me more about the manner of the death. Maria didn't have much to say, so I'm gonna go and talk to Victor. But I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna save. Get out of this. I'm gonna proper save. And I'm gonna stop streaming because it's been like an hour and I need to go and eat something. Okay. Right. Quick game. I'll be back later.